get back to our old ways. I mean, just got to play like we've played before. Everybody that's played on this team on the offensive side of the ball, we know how to win. We know how to do our job, and we just haven't been executing. So now we just got to play. We got to play to how we know we can play.
Do you know why you haven't been?
Just we're not worrying about our jobs. We're worrying about everybody else's jobs. We have to stick to what we know how to do, and then that's whenever everything will come together. If we keep worrying about what everybody else is doing, then we'll continue to play like this. But I believe that we've taken that extra step now, that we are to the next level, and we are back to worrying about our jobs and what we're doing, and I think you'll see that this weekend.
How much of a relief is it to have Boise State and UNLV behind you going head-on into conference?
I mean, at this point in the offense's mind, we're 0-1. We lost to Portland State. It's the only game we've played this year. That's our mentality going into it, and 0-1 is unacceptable. So we got to bounce back from that loss to Portland State and move on.
The run game, some of it's not in your control because you want to throw the ball a lot and do those things. But Graham has mentioned slowing them down a little bit, trying to give the defense some time to breathe. How can you get the run game going? And how much will TC, if he's able to return, help that?
Well, I mean, TC is a great player. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I've played next to him. I played with him on the opposite side. I mean, he's a great player, but Chase is right there, right next to him, almost just as good as he is. But I think it just comes down to our mentality as offensive line. We've been kind of soft the past few weeks. We haven't had that mentality that we've had in the past to where, you know, we're going to get out there and we're going to get after you and we're going to knock you off the ball. We're going to get to your linebackers and eat them up so that our running backs can go one-on-one with your safeties. We haven't been doing that. So I think that our mentality, you know, Coach Trox has really been on us now. He's fired up to have us play better as a unit. So I think that's really going to boost us in the run game.
What makes you say you've been, I don't want to get a quote wrong, that you've been soft? What makes you say that?
We just haven't been knocking people off the ball. I mean, you can go back to the tapes from last year, and there's times whenever we're knocking the 1 techniques and 3 techniques, we're knocking them 3 and 4 yards downfield to where the first guy that can make a play is the backer at 5 yards. And the past few games, we just really haven't done that. It's really been on the offensive line. We really haven't had that mentality or had that drive to just get them off the ball. That way our backs can have some space to make some moves.
The sideline decorum thing, what was that? I mean, when's the last time you did that, and what exactly is it?
I mean, it's be where you need to be when you need to be there. If you need to be next to the coaches because you're the first guy in, if somebody goes down, you need to be there. And if you're not there, whenever it comes down to it, you know, we're having to put a guy in that maybe shouldn't be in the game or something like that. So, I mean, it's be where you need to be when you need to be there and get excited, cheer. This is a game we're playing. Coach Kramer says all the time, we don't work football, we play football. We should all be excited whenever Micah makes that big play or whenever we make a catch or whenever we make, you know, a 10-yard run or when the defense gets a big tackle or something. We should all be getting excited. And I just think that we've kind of, in the past few games, we've kind of lost that. But we're back on now. Everybody's looking to play this week. Nobody wants to work this week. Everybody wants to play.
Along the same lines, I mean, what was the feeling in the room when Kramer showing the film of the fake punt and he's the only one celebrating from you and from other players?
I mean, from my point of view, it was kind of it was disappointing. I mean, you know, you think that, like in the moment, you think that you're clapping and stuff, but then you look at the tape and it's like, wow, I wasn't doing it. But it's the same thing on the field, you know. So there's plays where you think, oh yeah, I got that guy cut off, but then you look at the tape and it's like, wow, he beat me across my face and made the tackle. So I mean, it's just we have to be better teammates as a whole. You know, we have to be better teammates.
Is it part of it or most of it part of just the product of being down and losing big?
That's no excuse. I mean, we've been down before, and we've been down a lot. I mean, I've been here since 2012, and we've been down a lot. And even in those games when we were down, in the past, we've still stayed up in our mindset. We've still cheered on one another and kept one another going and never quit on each other. And, you know, I just think that last week we kind of got down on ourselves, and that's not us. We've always been an up-tempo team that's always on each other to have fun, but, you know, just play fast and be up. And last week we just weren't up.
Cal Poly, you had a great game with them last year, and you don't. Defensively, how are they different? How are they different this year than last year?
They're not. I mean, they're pretty similar defensively. I mean, they have one of the best interior defensive linemen in the conference, and he's a good player. We played against him last year, and he was only a sophomore last year. I mean, he's a good player, but at the same time, we have one of the best offensive lines in the conference. So, I mean, I think that between us blocking them and the way that they fit things, we really have a good game plan going into this week to be able to be very effective in the run game as well as in the pass game.
A couple questions. One, who's that D lineman you're talking about? Or number maybe.
73, I believe.
You mentioned you're one of the best offensive lines in the Big Sky, and certainly Kramer's called you guys the best offensive line he's ever had, I think. But do you feel like you have to go out and prove it? Because obviously I don't think you feel like you've lived up to those expectations that you've set.
I feel like we have to prove it every day. You know, it's not something we can only prove in the games. I mean, we have to prove it in practice. We have to prove it in the way we carry ourselves around campus and the way that we listen to coach in meetings. We have to prove it every day in everything that we do. But yes, definitely in this game we have to go out and prove that we are that offensive line that can play with anybody.